horror. Yeah, the horror. Hey everybody, Jeff Stone here with another episode of MagicReviewed.com. Today we're taking a look at Horrorscope, which is a great album by Overkill, by the way. It's one of a handful of albums that I would consider a perfect album. It's just killer, so check that out. Maybe, cross your fingers, that'll be the random iTunes song of the moment today. That'd be awesome. Anyway, we're here to talk about this little guy. It comes in a little envelope, and you get a PDF that goes along with it. What this is a little wallet card that you keep in your wallet, right? So what do you do with it? What's the effect? Well, you hand this to somebody and you say, hey, find your zodiac sign on there. And you're looking at the ones across the top or bottom on whatever side. And so you're going to look, maybe you're a Cancer, so you're looking at Cancer. And all this is done silently. I tell you what to do as a performer, but you read your zodiac sign and don't say a word. And then I say, now look at the ones in the middle or on this side and read your sort of contradictory things, like things that maybe you struggle with or whatever. And you read that silently. And that's it. And then after that happens, I tell you what your zodiac sign is. All right, so how's this thing work? I don't tip the method. When I talk about method, I try not to anyway. But I need to talk about reliability of method and so forth and what kind of work you're going to need to do to make this whole thing work. So, first thing, this card, the way they handle the card tells you 99% of what you need. And the other thing, and that part's actually easy. The system or whatever for understanding what they're doing with the card is pretty easy. It'll take you a few minutes to kind of read through the book and understand it, the ebook, to understand exactly how it works. But once you get there, easy. But it relies on you memorizing something else. And I can tell you what the thing you have to memorize is. It's not really a secret. You just have to memorize groups of 3. Right? You have to, in fact, you can kind of see on the card, you just have to remember that Aries, Taurus, and Gemini go together, and that you have to remember that Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius. I'm not reading this backwards in the reflection there. Anyway, those 3, and then those 3, and I've actually got it spelled out in the written review, if you want to check that out. But the point is, you have to memorize those as groups of 3, and if you have those memorized, and you remember that, Aquarius, Pisces, and Capricorn are a group, and Leo, Cancer, and Virgo is a group, and so forth. If you can remember that, then the rest of it's easy. That's the hard part, and it's not even that hard. So that's the basic method. It's some memory work, and it's just observing the participant, and observing the participant. And that's it. That is the method. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. We'll take some work on your part, but it's definitely doable if you don't mind a little bit of memory work.
But for now, for your customer's sake, for your daughter's sake, you might want to think about buying a quality product from me.
So how's the product quality on this thing? Well, this is the exact dimensions of a playing card, and it's probably about exactly as thick as a playing card too. It's kind of plasticky, but if I bent that, it would crease it, right? It would damage it. This is meant to go in your wallet. I imagine over time it will get a little bit worn out. You can buy replacements for like $10, I believe. And so I think it's for the price that you're paying for this, the instructions you're getting, and the fact that this is plastic, it should be just fine and last you a while. It kind of reminds me of that plastic you get on those fake credit cards that you get in the mail where they're trying to get you to get a credit card. It has that fake plasticky, cardboardy credit card in there. It kind of reminds me of that a little bit. But it will last a while. The ebook itself is very well written. It's like 30-something pages. And the first page is a little silly where he's trying to, I don't know what he's talking about. It's, in fact, let me just read to you a piece of it here. The opening line here, beware of cosmic foes lurking in the astrological darkness. Unlocking a closed mind unveils captivating insights. It enables the redefinition of beliefs by tapping into the subconscious. Okay, come on. Lighten up a little bit, dude. Okay. Putting that aside, though, once you get past that, and there's more of that in the first page, once you get past that, the next 10-ish pages are explaining the whole, how the spectator handles the card means something to you as a performer. And then the next few pages talk about memorizing those groups, and it actually has really cool images and little story to help you link the three together. Now, that does rely on you knowing the animals or the symbols of the different zodiac signs. For example, I already know that Cancer is a crab, Scorpio is a scorpion, Pisces is the two fish, and the Aries is the ram. I know a few of them. So if you already know those well, then the mnemonic and the images that come with the book are excellent, and you'll link them right up. If you're not familiar with the animals or the images, well, then you have to kind of learn that if you want to use the mnemonics in the book. However, it's not that difficult. Go look in the written description over at mylovelyassistant.com, and in the written description, you will see the 4 groups that you have to memorize, and they're not hard. They're basically in order. They're kind of based in the order they come in the year, like all the ones that are roughly in the wintertime, the northern hemisphere wintertime, all the ones that are roughly in the summer and so forth are kind of grouped together. And so if you can look at that list and look at them and you can remember them, or know of a way you could come up with your own mnemonic or whatever, then I think you'll be just fine. So all that stuff I was saying there was just to tell you that the book is well written. That's the short version of that. This card is well made. It should last you a while. Again, it's a good plastic. Just don't bend it up. And the book is well written. There's not much more to say about it. The last section of the book, there's some tips and presentational ideas that are to help you make this more than just, hey, look at this, and then I'll tell you your sign. And then there's a bunch of information about the zodiac, and even the fact that there's the water signs, the air signs, and so forth. And there's some information about that, so it can add to your presentation. And then there's just a whole bunch of information about zodiac, so you can, again, add to your presentation. And then lastly, there's actually all of the text on the card is actually written in nice big print in the book in case you want to have it to refer to for studying or whatever. Which you don't need to do, by the way. You don't need to memorize any of that stuff. Anything on the card, you don't need to remember any of that. You don't even have to know anything about this card other than the way they handle it tells you some information. That's it. How about the ad copy? Well, there's some goofy stuff in there. I think he's just trying to create this weird image of being some sort of spooky, creepy guy. I mean, his name is Mr. Darkness, right? And his logo looks like this. He's trying to create some sort of an image, which is fine. It's just I don't think Zodiac is the right place for it. Unless you're going for the Zodiac Killer. Maybe that's what it's going for. I don't know. But you see the presentation. I don't know if the guy in the video of the ad trailer is Mr. Darkness or not. He says his name in there, and it's a unique name. I think it's a stage name based on what it sounded like. But I don't know if he is Mr. Darkness as well, or if that's like the name he publishes under, or if it's a totally different guy. But you watch the presentation in the trailer, and it's no creepy, nothing. It's just a fun presentation where, hey, look at this, read a couple things, I'll tell you your zodiac sign. The end. But you put aside the goofiness that's in the ad copy as far as this, I'm trying to be dark and mysterious business. It's all legit. Everything it claims is true. It's accurate. It's clean, and it is as good and as clean as it looks in the ad trailer, which you should go watch, and you'll see exactly how clean this looks. So if you like what you saw in the video, if you like the effect, if you like the idea of it, and this little portability of just having this thing in your wallet, it's the exact size of a playing card, so you can test if that'll fit in your wallet by grabbing a playing card and sticking it in there. But if you like that, and you don't mind the method, which is a little bit of memory work, and then just knowing how to handle this card properly. Don't worry about handling the card. That part's easy. The part where the spectator handles it and you look at it and it tells you stuff, that's easy. If there is anything that's hard, it's going to be the memorization part. But once you memorize those 4 groups of 3, then you're done. So if you don't mind that and you like the effect, this is a no-brainer. Just get it. It's good quality, and it's just a matter of if you like the effect. This is not really my cup of, well, I don't drink cup of tea. Not really my diet soda flavor, whatever. But I could see it has some potential, and it is the kind of thing that if I did have it in my wallet, it would be more of a casual thing where I'm at a restaurant or something, and the waitress maybe mentions something about the zodiac, something like that, where there's some sort of natural in. I don't know, maybe she's wearing her sign on a bracelet or a necklace or something like that. Then maybe I might do it in that setting. I don't know that I would do it in a show. And that's the other thing to consider, of course. You can't do this on friends and family, right? Because the likelihood that you could know their zodiac sign just points to that being the method, even though it wouldn't be. And so you got to do this with basically strangers, right? So the waitress, I think, is a good example of that, or somebody that you just never met before. So I might use it for that, but probably not going to use this. So that's it. One thing I will tell you, though, if you like this idea, consider taking a look at Birthright by Paul Carnazzo. It's the same kind of a thing. It's a card that you put in your wallet. I don't know if that's going to focus very good. It also has things with the water sign and the air sign and all of those things. It also has little calendars on there. It has the names of the zodiac on there. And it's the same kind of thing where the way they handle the card tells you the information you need. The difference is with this one, you can actually divine a thought of date, a birth date if you want, or a thought of date in general. And you can also divine their zodiac sign. Now, this one here, Horrorscope, is much cleaner in appearance, I think, because they just look at the card. They don't say anything. You don't even have a conversation with them, really. And then when all is said and done, you tell them their zodiac sign. It's pretty clean. This one has that with some of the effects and not so much with other effects. Some of it, there is a conversation and there are other methods involved here. But they're not bad. It just depends on what you're going for. So either way, I put a link to this one as well in the written review at mylovelyassistant.com. You can click on it and check it out if you're interested in it. I haven't formally reviewed it, so this is not a review. It's just I have pretty much everything that Paul ever created, and I love his stuff. And this one, I've never used it, but I like the way it works. So that's it. Sorry about the rambling. 4.5 stars. Stone status of gem. Now it's time for you to do why you really come here, which is listen to the random iTunes song of the moment. But of course, while you're doing that, you're going to like, subscribe, share, comment, click on that little thanks button to buy me a Diet Dr. Pepper or whatever. And the song is... it's Nightwish. Again, Wishmaster, and it's from one of their live albums. And I will pause that so I don't get slapped by the YouTube copyright business. I guess we didn't get Overkill Horoscope. That would have been cool. I think I told you my Nightwish story, but just in case. Many, many moons ago when I discovered Nightwish, about the same time I discovered Epica and Within Temptation, I went through and I just did a deep dive on all of them, and I started listening to all their stuff on Spotify and on iTunes or wherever I listen to music. And one day, 10 years ago, it's been a long time. Last time I was doing reviews actively, I got a message on Facebook on the day after Dark Chest of Wonders was the random iTunes song of the moment, which is a Nightwish song. I got a message from Troy Denockley in Facebook. If you don't know who that is, he is a member of Nightwish. And so he's also a magician. And so he messaged me and said, hey, I saw that our song was the random iTunes song of the moment the other day. I'm like, what do you mean your song? You're from Nightwish? So he's like, yeah, I'm from Nightwish and I watch your reviews before I buy anything. I'm like, what is going on here? I'm huge fans of this guy. And it turns out he's a fan of mine. We've become the equivalent of pen pals through email, whatever that is, over the years. And so we've been in touch with each other, and hopefully they'll be here in Salt Lake one of these days so we can actually hang out. So anyway, I'm friends with the dude in Nightwish. Let's take that. Anyway, I'll shut up now. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks, as always, for always tuning in and watching MagicReviewed.com. We'll see y'all next time. Peace out.